Hi, I'm Nia Jackson from Arizona State University with Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with Coach Jeff Holland from Mesquite. Coach, 2-game win streak. What has been key in those 2 wins so far, and how do you plan to continue that today?
I think the season how it's been going, we've been pretty consistent. Since the first game, since the 12th game. I mean, we've been 1 through 9. Everybody's been complimenting each other in the lineup. Offensively and defensively, we've been making the routine plays. So that's what's helped the most so far.
And who should we look for either at bat or on the mound today?
We got our freshman Cooper Leroy. He's going to be pitching today. It's his 4th start of the year, and he's also one of our better hitters in the lineup. Even though he's a freshman, he's very mature, very poised, and he loves to play the game.
Well, good luck to you, Coach. I'm Nia Jackson from Arizona State University with Varsity Sports Show. Be sure to search Varsity Sports Show on all major platforms for all the latest on high school sports. Hi, I'm Nia Jackson from Arizona State University, reporting for Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with Coach Joe Mickey for Saguaro Baseball. Coach, first game of region play. How are you and the guys feeling today?
Feeling good. Had a great week of baseball last week. We know it's a new week. We also know what we have in Mesquite. A really good program, really well coached. Seen these guys the last few years just be really competitive, and they're always at the top of our region, so we know we're going to have our work cut out for us. So hopefully just playing really good baseball is on the docket for us.
All right, and what has been key in today for preparation?
Just keeping our same approach, just really good at-bats, competitive at-bats, and then clean defense. If we can just keep the game simple, make the routine plays, and then just be really competitive in the box and have some quality at-bats, we've been coming out on the good end as far as a result.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I'm Nia Jackson from Arizona State University with Varsity Sports Show. Be sure to search up Varsity Sports Show on all major platforms on Instagram and X. Stay tuned for the latest.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Saguaro Baseball. I'm James Copeland alongside my partner, Diego Iniguez. It's a hot afternoon, 96 degrees. We're excited to watch this game against Mesquite today, Diego. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I mean, it could go either way. I mean, Mesquite is a very high-scoring team. They're averaging more than 9 runs a game. Their team ERA at 4.1 is really good as well. Saguaro, meanwhile, they're a team that's really good with their pitching, but their runs a game in 4.5. They really need to keep this a low-scoring game in order to keep it competitive.
And as we said, hot afternoon, 96 degrees today. Next week it's supposed to get back down to 75, but they're not giving it an easy day today for these guys. But 2 Arizona natives like us, we're used to it.
Yep.
Starter for Saguaro would be Vinny Keck. He's made a couple good starts this year. Overall ERA of 4.2. Had a really good start against Flagstaff and a 1-0 walk-off win for Gomez. But we're ready to get this one underway. Leading off will be the DH Noah Forney. Players are ready. Umpires getting set. We're ready to get this one started. Keck sets for the first pitch of the game. High fastball, 1-0.
And Forney is batting not .294 on the year. He has 1 home run and 1 double.
Pitch fires it in for a strike. Evens the count at 1 on Forney. Good changeup in the dirt. Gets him to swing. It's 1-2. He's ahead. Keck ahead in the count. He has that high fastball. He likes to dot the corner with it. There it is, strike 3. You got him. They'll bring up Brentley Sandel, shortstop. Goes back to the same pitch the first time with the high fastball. He'll be behind 1-0.
And Sandel's batting .442 on the year. He's got 2 home runs and 13 RBIs.
The pitch bounces on the plate. Keck has had some control issues in his first start against Flagstaff. We saw that.
Oh yeah, and the county could go either way from him. He's got the same number, or at the start of the game, he had the same number of base on balls and strikes. He had 15 each coming into this game.
Well, Diego, when he does have that fastball under control, he is very hard to hit. Some high heat.
Oh yeah, that first at bat of the game was excellent from Keck.
Sandel checks his swing. They'll give it to him. He's up 3-1 in the count. This is where Keck can get in trouble. Sandel draws a nice walk. High pitch up in the zone. That'll bring up the catcher, Cash Rogers. It's a man on first opportunity. Keck ready to set. Sandel takes his lead. Normally, any base runners getting on base would be dangerous, but Saguaro has a nice catcher behind the plate in Ali Gomez.
Oh yeah, he's been doing an excellent job this year. I know earlier this year in that Flagstaff game where it was a 1-0 game, he was able to keep them in the game against a really good Flagstaff team.
Rounded to third, second, first. Ooh, tries to reach, and they got him.
And boy, did Saguaro need that. They were just getting into the heart of the most dangerous part of this Mesquite lineup.
We'll be back in the bottom half of the first for Saguaro's first ABs.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball and Varsity Sports Show. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Nothing going for Mesquite in the top half of the first. They did get a walk, grounded into a double play, however, and now it's Saguaro's turn to see if they can respond.
Oh yeah, but that's going to be a very tough task. I mean, the pitcher that Mesquite's got out in Cooper Leroy, he is a beast. He has got a 2.28 ERA on the year. He's 2-1. The one area where Saguaro could take advantage is his base on balls rate. He's got 11 on the year and just 8 strikeouts.
The thing we were talking about, Diego, that shocked us the most was his batting average.
I know.
How high he hits the ball. So that could be a big factor coming in late in the game when he gets his bats at the plate. But for now, we'll lead off with Busseri. He'll come up to the plate. The second baseman. He's been a really nice player this year, being able to get on base.
Yeah, he has the best batting average of this current batting order at 364, but just 1 RBI on the year, which was really surprising to me.
Leroy, a nice pitch, just missed a little high. Be 1-0. Looks in. Fires. Drop behind the plate there, 2-0. And one struggle earlier in the season for Saguaro was their offense, but they seem to have turned a corner on that.
Yeah, their past few games have been much more high scoring than their previous games.
3-0 behind in the count. Think you got to attack here.
Well, when you're down 3-0, you got no choice.
4-pitch walk to start the game for Busseri. And that's a big base runner to start out the inning as he's got some speed too. That'll bring up the next guy who gets on base very well, and Xander Bratspis. And with Gomez on deck, you have a big opportunity if you get on base. So let's see how Bratspis and Leroy approach this at bat. Leroy thought about it.
Saguaro has 1 home run on the year, and that belongs to the man at the plate right now.
1 home run is really shocking when you look at the rest of this lineup. There's some good power, like we mentioned. We mentioned Gomez. You talk about Miller, Williams. But Bratspis is the one that has the home run. High again. 6 pitches, 6 balls so far for Leroy.
And it's like what I said at the top of the inning. For as good as the ERA is, Leroy he has had issues drawing walks.
There's his first strike, 2-1. Fastball right down the pipe.
Bratspis is batting .212 so far on the year.
Ooh, just missed his spot there. And you'd think in a 3-1 count, Diego, you think he might keep the bat on his shoulder with how the control. He got a strike in there, but the control has been an issue. Ooh. Just hit that corner.
Thought that was going to be the second walk of the game, but the last second call.
That's a big confidence booster for Leroy, too. Busseri leading off first again. Fouled off toward the Saguaro dugout.
And if you're Saguaro, I know it's only the first inning, but this is a very important inning to establish your confidence with your hitting. You know you're going up against a very formidable hitting team in Mesquite, so you got to get on the board early.
Yeah, Mesquite averaging over 9 runs a game as that's going to be popped out to second. Handled very easily by Jensen Jones. It'll be the first out, and that's huge for Leroy to come back in back-to-back 3-1 counts and be able to get that out, because now you have Gomez up with 1 out, and you have a double play possibility on your hands.
Yeah, we'll see if this inning ends just like the top half of this one.
If you're Saguaro, you got to have some confidence though, because that's a strike inside to Gomez. Seeing the little bit of loss in control, but maybe Leroy will be able to gain it back. High and outside, 1-1.
Gomez is tied for the team high in RBIs on this Saguaro squad with 7 on the year. He's also a very formidable catcher, and he's batting .290 on the year.
Way outside. Good save by the catcher. And one of those RBIs came early in the season, and we talked about before that Flagstaff game where he had a walk-off single. It's huge. He was a huge factor in that game, throwing out 3 runners too.
Oh yeah, he was definitely the MVP of that game. When their offense couldn't get anything going, he was able to save them at the end of that game.
Swinging strike inside got Gomez swinging out of his shoes, and it's 2-2. Leroy seems to be settling in a little bit more. Sari takes his lead again. Fires. Swinging out of his shoes again. That's a strikeout for Leroy. And now he's starting to show why he has a little bit of that low ERA. He's gained some confidence now.
Yeah, after that first at-bat, he's been definitely getting more into his comfort zone, and let's see if he can finish off this inning.
So that'll bring up Miller, the first baseman. Another power batting cleanup in the Saguaro lineup. Pitch a low and almost in the dirt, 1-0. Nice. To Jensen Jones, though, second baseman. He'll throw it on to first. That's going to be the third out. Leroy gets out of it. We'll go to the top of the second with Mesquite. We'll be right back.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball and Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Top of the second now for Mesquite, their second at-bats. And we will lead off with the high batting average pitcher, Cooper Leroy.
And let me tell you, this guy, when it comes to hitting, he has been on it this year. 487 average, 15 RBIs, and a home run to boot.
Keck throws it low, 1-0. And that's a 487 batting average for a pitcher really is crazy when you just think about how much that means he helps out his own team in some aspects in his starts. There'll be a foul tip, strike, 1-1.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a double-edged sword for if you're the SaberCats. I mean, not only do you have to deal with this with Leroy's 2.3 ERA, but you also have to deal with the possibility of him being dangerous at the plate as well.
Being one of their best hitters, he'll tip it, and it looked like it went foul and hit the plate before it got to Keck. It'll be 1-2.
But no, this is the start of the most dangerous part of Mesquite's batting order.
2-2, and for Keck, who has some control issues, this might be his biggest inning of the game going through that part of the order this first time.
And it's a full count now.
3-2 to one of Mesquite's best hitters. Keck sets. And that'll be hit to right field. Under it. Easy catch, one away. And that's a big out for Keck.
Oh yeah, you definitely do not want to leave any batters for the next guy who's about to come up for Mesquite.
And that next guy coming up is second baseman Jensen Jones.
Jensen is batting .300 on the year. 14 runs so far on the year.
Low below the knees for strike one, or for ball one, I'm sorry. Keck in the dirt again. It's going to be 2-0. He likes to throw that pitch low. Sometimes it gets away from him, but when he can hit the corner, it is lethal. Inside, strike one.
Oh, yeah, I've been very impressed by him so far. When it looks like things may be getting a little bit away from him, he's been able to settle in. That double play to end the first inning, that was really, really important for Saguaro in establishing Keck's confidence.
3-1 to Jensen Jones. In the dirt, that's going to be a walk. And in the first start I saw him in against Flagstaff, he struck out the side in the first inning with ease, and then in the second inning like this, I mean, he got the fly out to start this inning, but he loaded the bases and he had some real big control issues. He did end up getting out of it as that game was 0-0 and went to extras into the 8th inning, but as that's going to be hit out to second base to Becerri, and he has no play on it. Kind of was weird off the bat, bobbled by Becerri, and it'll be two on with 1 out now. It's kind of funny how I was just talking about that situation where stacking up to Keck having one of those same big situations that he's going to have to get out of now.
Yeah, he was able to get out of the last inning with the runner only on first base, but this is becoming a jam now.
Third baseman Jacob Hogan stands in as he takes a ball that didn't even make it to home plate, bounces up on Gomez. Keck sets, looks back to second. Just to check out Jones. Fouled off towards third base.
And Hogan is no stranger to clearing the bases for this Mesquite squad this year. He has two triples this year.
Keck sets, takes a look at Jones again. Really looking at him. There's in. Little high. Count goes to 3-1. Gomez wants time. Diego, what do you think Gomez is going out there to say? Obviously, it's going to be about control, but he's in a little bit of a jam now. You think they're trying to get that ground ball?
Yeah, I mean this is a situation where yes, the pit. Hold on. This is a situation where you got to calm down your pitcher. Mesquite is very dangerous at the beginning part of the games, especially they come out swinging. I think that Alain is going out there to tell his pitcher, hey, we got to contain this when we can.
Saguaro is normally very good at containing adversity on the base pass, but Mesquite is probably one of the tougher teams they've played up to this point, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to get out of it, but let's see if Keck can lock it in and take down this lineup right now. Keck looks again. He looks over before he's going to set, fires. Over to third, and it's bobbled. That's going to bring home Jones. And Gomez tried his best, throws to third. Safe at third. So it'll be a 1-0 Mesquite lead now. Gomez, we saw, almost had the tag at home. It was a good throw from left field.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent throw. Unfortunately, it was just too late.
Kason Williams at third base. That was a hard hit ball. He just bobbled it. So we have a 1-0 lead, and now runners on the corners with still only 1 out. As that will bring up Weston Bundy, the first baseman, as it'll just get tougher and tougher from here as we round out this Mesquite lineup. Fouled over to the Saguaro dugout.
And this Mesquite batting order is just filled with players who are batting 300 or greater. Weston Bundy batting 350 on the year.
Really high-scoring team we've come out to see today. 2 great teams fouled off again back. Saguaro at 7-5, Mesquite at 9-3. One of the best matchups you could see in this region. 0-2. Runner goes, and that'll be popped up. Busseri looks it over. He's got it.
What a huge out for Saguaro. They needed that badly.
It is imperative that you, even with now 2 outs, that you keep that runner at third. I mean, with how high scoring this Mesquite offense can get, you may even be safe just letting that run from third home and only letting it be 2-0. But it's still 1-0. Keck has a chance to get out of it.
Oh yeah, if you can get out of this inning down 1-0, I mean that's going to be a blessing for this Saguaro team.
Nice strike there by Keck. At the plate, Jacob Martinez, that's the left fielder runner, and Keck wasn't even looking, and he's caught in a pickle. Home. Got 2 pickles now. Runner, there's nobody covering home. He's going to have to tag him. And they're all in a pickle, and Keck gets him. Well, there's your good free out to end the inning. As Saguaro going into the bottom of the second with some confidence. We'll be right back on Varsity Sports Show.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball and Varsity Sports Show. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Wild top half of the second inning. Mesquite got their first run, and they were in a good position. Still had runners on the corners of 2 outs. Couldn't get more home than that. And we'll head to the second. Saguaro will try to respond. The first up to bat, third baseman Kason Williams. As he hits it out to right field, and that is going to be caught. Quick first out of the inning for Saguaro. And that'll bring up Chasen Neiman, the center fielder.
Yeah, an unfortunate break for Kason Williams on there after the error in the last inning that allowed that run to score.
It wasn't an error, but it wasn't completely on him, as they'll be outside 1-0. Just sometimes you get that in baseball, just a hard hit ball. That's why they call it the hot corner. Leroy will set up. Byers in. High 2-0. Neiman maybe trying to slow it down now after a quick first out. Don't want to give someone with Leroy's kind of control issues. Going to try to get ahead in the count early. Work your way from there. Hard hit down the third base line, but it'll sway foul. Two and 1 the count.
And Neiman may only be batting 160 this year, but whenever he gets on base, he's always a threat to steal. So you gotta.
That's a grounder at the second baseman Jones. He'll fire to first. 2 quick outs. We have seen this, Diego. It was early in the season, not recently. Saguaro does have a tendency to go into scoring droughts and have a little bit of trouble scoring.
Yeah, in the first few innings of ball games like this, they have trouble getting going. They're kind of the opposite of this Mesquite squad. Mesquite is able to, they're able to turn it on whenever they seem to.
Now we'll get Keck batting for himself. And that's really important as he takes a strike down the middle, because when you bat that early in game, when you're able to get runs in that early in games, it really takes a lot of confidence out of the other team. Keck will sit in, and it fouls right back to the Mesquite dugout.
And this is a game where I said, where if you're Saguaro, you want your pitching to be able to contain Mesquite, but you also want to get runs on the board, and you want to be able to have confidence in your hitting.
You don't want to be playing catch up the whole time. Keck sits in from Leroy, fouled straight back.
Yeah, the first 2 outs of this inning were very, very quick.
Keck maybe trying to work the count, get something going for himself on the mound. Had some help helped himself out to get that last out of the inning. Gomez was a big part of it too. His fielders, Case and Williams. That's going to be poked out to center, but it looks like it's going to be easy for Gunnar Gift. And that will take us to the end of the bottom half of the second. We'll be right back for the top of the third.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Top half of the third inning. And we'll have Jacob Martinez to lead us off. Didn't get an at-bat last inning due to the couple pickles we had going on to end it. As he'll be right off the bat, diving play. And it's bouncing to first. He got him! Wow. What a play by the shortstop, Xander Bratspis.
Holy cow, I thought for sure that Mesquite was going to beat out that throw, but man, what a throw by the shortstop, Bratspis.
Nice play to grab it with his glove. The throw to first looked a little short. It was on a bounce. We'll go back up to the top of the lineup now with Noah Forney, who struck out his first time up. Last inning, we had a couple fielding mishaps, so it's nice to see Kex get some help from his fielders. Going to be Bratspis again. Dives. He got it. He's not going to have enough time to get that one at first, though.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Saguaro shortstop. I mean, even though that play didn't really have a chance, he did a good job at saving that play or at least mitigating the damage.
Yeah, it could have gotten into the outfield, and that could have been a little bit of trouble. It probably would have still been a single, but you never know. And that'll bring up Bentley Sandel, the shortstop. As he'll hit it again to short. 3 straight balls to shortstop. It'll be a single, though. It'll get through the hole. Saguaro, Mesquite, making very hard contact to begin this inning. 2 base runners. Could have had the possibility at 3. And that'll bring up the catcher, Cash Rogers, who grounded into a double play his first time. Boy, Keck could use one of those right now.
Yeah, especially against against Rogers. I mean, he has 19 RBIs on the year. That's a team high. I mean, this is the guy who has done a lot of the damage for this Mesquite squad.
Keck sits to fires, looking down the runner. In the dirt. Nice block by Gomez. Throw back to first. That's the other thing you notice about Gomez. His head's always on a swivel. If you're caught slacking as a base runner, you better watch out.
Yeah, Mesquite learned that the hard way, and they'll to finish the top half of the second inning.
Throw back to second, almost thrown to center field.
Yeah, we're seeing a pattern. Saguaro's able to get the first out in each of the first 3 innings, but then they get into trouble afterwards.
Keck delivers. Strike on the corner. It's such a tough pitch to hit on that outside corner as a right-hander. We'll do it again in a 1-1 count. As you mentioned, Rogers so dangerous. It's going to be in there again, too. 1-2, ahead in the count.
See the ball, Cash. See it. Here we go. Little rumble.
1-2.
Keck will set, fire. It's going to be hit hard into center field through Busseri and Bratspis. And that's he's gonna be out at home. What a throw from Neiman to Gomez. Forney thought he might be able to beat it out, but Neiman saves Keck from another run, and it's stay 1-0 with runners still at first and second.
And my goodness, the fielding by Saguaro in this inning is keeping them alive. First the first out of the inning by the shortstop Bratspis, and now the center field throw to keep it 1-0.
Normally with Keck, he loses control out of the zone. It feels like this time he's leaving pitches right over the plate. The Mesquite hitters are just taking advantage of it. Be low in the zone. Low in the zone to Cooper Leroy, the pitcher. And we're back to him. Dangerous average. He has a chance to do some of his own damage right now. Especially with leaving all these pitches over the plate and all the hard contact. It looks like and that's going to be through the hole into left field. Coming home. It's going to be cut off. They're not going to be able to get him. It's going to be thrown back to second. He's out at second. The run will count, however, and it'll be 2-0. 1 run for Mesquite in the top half of the third. We'll go to the bottom half of the third here on Varsity Sports.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball here on Varsity Sports. James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. We're starting the bottom half of the third. Interesting top half of the inning for Saguaro defensively. They had a really good defensive plays from a lot of their fielders. Lots of hard hit balls, though, that got through the gaps. Number 21, Henry Jacoby, will look to change that, though, and move it Saguaro's way.
Yeah, what was really interesting about that last half inning is that every time Mesquite would get one of their hits, Saguaro was somehow able to get outs out of them.
1-0 count to Jacoby. Ooh, look, hit him.
Got hit.
And that's a big break for Saguaro to just get a free base runner right now. 2 quick innings so far for them.
Oh yeah, and if you're Saguaro right now, you need to take what you can get. I mean, that was their first runner to reach base ever since Busseri got his leadoff walk.
And Diego, you got to think, even though they're down 2-0, Saguaro's got to feel fortunate right now with all the hard hit balls that have happened. Lots of base runners in these first 3 innings. So, I mean, you got to take advantage right now and get some offense of your own before it gets even worse.
Oh yeah, this is the prime opportunity for them to get back into this ball game. I mean, Mesquite. They're lucky to be up only 2-0 right now.
Yeah. Lots of baseball still left to be played. Looking to bunt. He'll get the bunt down. It's going to be back to Leroy. He's going to go for the double play. He'll get the lead runner at second. Kingston Center wanting to lay down the bunt, sacrifice. Not going to get to second, and we're right back where we started, except Saguaro has 1 out. Here comes the leadoff hitter, Busseri. He walked his first time up. Good man at getting on base, so let's see if he can continue that. Leroy looks in. Fires. Fouled right back. Down 0-1.
Busseri just one of the 2 Sabercats to get on base in this game, looking to make it another trip.
The 1 pitch. High, 1-1. It's crazy that Saguaro has had so few base runners, too, because Leroy he's been pitching good, but he hasn't been pitching the greatest game that we've seen. Lots of control issues. I think Saguaro's been too aggressive. As swing right out of his shoes, Busseri 1-2. That's a good pitch right down low in the zone around the knees.
Oh yeah, the first inning for Leroy, it didn't look too promising to start, but eventually he was able to calm down just enough.
Low in the zone, 2-2. Sinner will easily take second base as there will be no throw. Two-two to the leadoff hitter, Busseri. Got a runner in scoring position now. Pitches outside, 3-2. Full count. Leroy's going to have to give him his best stuff here with a hitter that has a really great eye for the plate. Center playing games at second. Wow, right at the knees, strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning. What a pitch from Leroy. That's tough for Busseri.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one of those momentum swinging plays where Saguaro, if you're Saguaro, you're just trying your best to get on the board to make this lead more containable, but just a tough break for Busseri.
So Bratspis will get a chance with 2 outs, runner on second. One of Saguaro's best hitters leading into the heart of the order. Really important. It feels like it's really important to get this run in right now. Leroy will work to the Saguaro shortstop. who made the fine play in the top of the third to lead us off. He'll take a pitch on the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, without his last inning play that saved a single, this game could very easily be 3-0.
Leroy fires in. Swinging strike. Quickly down 0-2. Looking to get out of this third inning, get his team back up in the fourth.
But a really impressive display so far from Cooper Leroy.
On the 0-2, looks in. Fouled off, staying alive. Looks like Bratsbis was pinch hit for. Or no? No, I'm sorry. I forgot the number there. Happens to the best of us, huh?
Oh yeah, it does. Don't worry, you're
I was looking at him and Busseri, and I was. I mean, they do play right next to each other too. So anyway, it is still Xander Bratsbis. Still got the opportunity. Leading off second is Sinner. Throw back. Well, thought about throwing back a second. Good cover though. The 0-2. Swings right through it. What a job by Leroy to get 2 strikeouts in the inning. We'll go to the top half of the fourth. Mesquite up 2-0.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball here on Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Mesquite will lead off this top half of the fourth inning with their second baseman, Jensen Jones. After another disappointing bottom half of the third for Saguaro, just couldn't get anything going. Keck will throw in a strike.
Jensen Jones recorded a walk his last time up, scored the first run of the game for this Mesquite squad.
Fouled towards the Mesquite third base coach. And that was really pivotal in him getting on base and coming around. Really kind of started the little tiny breakout we've seen from Mesquite's offense in both innings. Outside, 1-2. Keck fires over to Williams. He'll throw to first. 1 out. Nice job by Keck to get the ground ball. Again, starting off an inning with a quick out. Let's see if he can get another 2 outs instead of allowing a couple base runners. That pitch is going to be fouled towards the Mesquite dugout as we've got the center fielder Gunnar Gift up, who reached on an error his last time. and stole a base. It's going to be hit out to Bratspis, who's had a couple great plays today off his back foot. Safe at first this time, though. That one looked like it got him to me, but Gift will reach on an infield single. Keck will have to deal with another base runner early on in the inning.
This game just keeps following a familiar pattern. Saguaro gets the first out, but then they're not able to.
I feel like I'm almost watching the same game every half inning.
Truman Show.
I don't see Jim Carrey, though.
No, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Bratspis today. He's given it his all, even on the plays where he's not able to record outs. He's doing a very good job at that shortstop position today.
Really keeping them in the game, too, without a few of those stoppages. As they'll get behind Gomez, a rare blunder as Gift will easily take second. And that's big because Gift has speed out there. Although on Gomez's arm, it might be a little bit of a risk to lead off too much to third.
That's a very rare blunder from Alain Gomez.
Normally so good and so perfect. Keck looking in. Low. You actually call a late strike there. Be 2-1. A little bit of a favor to Keck, but he looks like he needs it.
And that same pitch has been called a strike in this game.
Well, umpires are all human like us too.
Yeah.
So can't be consistent all the time. That's going to be hit out to right field, right center. Both calling for it. Neiman will pick it up. And it'll end up being a single. We've got runners on the corners, with Jacob Martinez coming up after the single by Bundy. Another huge opportunity. And that blunder in the outfield puts Keck in another bad situation right now. Gomez wants another mound visit, it looks. Or no, he's just going to go out and call some signs. Martinez. Popped up. It's going to be for Bratspis. It's short. He calls for it. Caught for the second out. Huge, quick second out.
Oh, this is Jacob Martinez.
This is Jacob Martinez.
Hey, pick him up, Jacob.
We have two number 19s.
No, I believe that last guy was Weston Bundy.
It was Weston Bundy. Bit of a blunder. But now we'll get Jacob Martinez. He'll get two at bats.
This is a prime opportunity to get out of this inning if you're Saguaro.
Very inside.
It hit him.
Hit him. Wow.
There they are, Noah. Let's go, kid.
That get him on the shoulder? Looks like it. Either way, it'll load the bases. Load the bases for Forney. The DH, who has struck out and does have a single. So already danger for a hit. As we'll get a mound visit from head coach Joe Monkey. Big situation with the bases loaded and two outs. Could be the difference maker between a few runs and changing the confidence swing to go your way. Sun is really beaming down on all of us. A hot afternoon here in Scottsdale.
Well, the cool weather was fun while it lasted.
But in classic Arizona fashion, you check your phone and it's going to be 75 degrees next week. So one day of almost triple digits. We'll be back down to nice spring weather next week. Be good for us and these guys who are out there playing their butts off. We're back to baseball. Keck got a mound visit. Manager came out, gave him a few words. Having faith in Keck to get out of this. Keck looking in. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1 ahead in the count. Looks in. Low in the zone, bounces off the dirt up into Gomez's glove. 1-1.
Now, a lot of the batters on this Mesquite squad are dangerous. Forney is batting .294 on the year.
Almost 300 batting average is no joke for these guys. High and away, 2-1. They're being a little careful.
And that's an excellent batting average, but the guys you got coming up for Mesquite
Or even better.
are even better. So you got to get out of this jam now if you're Keck.
And strike. Right around the knees, 2-2. So we've got, can't see who, we do have someone warming up in the Saguaro pen. Keck will look in the dirt. And Diego, you think if this batter reaches, Forney reaches and gets a hit, drives in a couple runs, it may be the end of Keck's day?
Oh, if it drives in a couple runs, yes, with the guy in the bullpen, this very well could be it.
Keck looks in. Over to first, can't be handled by Miller. That will bring in two runs. Couldn't get him. First and third. Before nothing. Not seeing Coach Mackey coming out yet. Keck may get another shot to finish this inning. It's 4-0. You don't want this game to get away from you.
But this is what this Mesquite squad does. They just keep coming after you with their slugging percentage.
In the dirt again. Gomez, nice blocks to not allow it to get away from him. And high in the zone, 2-0. Keck looks in for the 2-0 pitch. High in the air out to Neiman. He's running for it, and he's got it. Will be the end of the top of the fourth here. Mesquite gets 2 runs across, up 4-0. We'll be back in the bottom half for Saguaro.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball. James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. 4-0 lead for Mesquite after 2 runs in the top half of the 4th. And we'll bring up one of Saguaro's best hitters to try and get it going in Alain Gomez, the catcher.
Gomez struck out his first time around.
The dirt gets behind. 1-0. We'll get Miller to come get the ball in the backstop. Leroy looks in. Inside, 2-0. Diego, here in the 4th inning for Saguaro, you're not completely running out of time, but you haven't really gotten anything going. What is kind of the approach for these hitters right now?
Well, I would say,
As Gomez will hit it out to short. They're on to first as gets away. Gomez is going to go to second and get in easily. So a little bouncer to short causes Gomez to get in.
That's a way to build some confidence.
That is a great way to build some confidence. Ooh, we're gonna get a pinch runner for Gomez. Coming out to pinch run, it looks like Taichi Abino will come in to be the pinch runner. Diego Gomez cut you off there earlier, but what are kind of the approaches that you want to see right now? I mean, that's certainly not a bad approach, getting the ball in play, but
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, you just want to, right now, the main thing you have to do is, this game is not completely away from you. It's a 4-0, you're down 4-0, but you still got to be as confident as you possibly can in knowing that you have hitters that can get you back in this thing.
Miller, a high pop up over to third. Oh, almost ran into each other over there, but they'll get the out. Another quick out for Saguaro. That's not what you want. We'll bring up the third baseman, Kason Williams.
Williams had a quick fly out to begin his first at-bat of the game.
And while you said the game's not away from them, it really feels imperative that you get this run home from second right now. Every inning, Mesquite has came out swinging. Not really had any slow innings besides the first.
Yeah, the difference of this story of this game is Mesquite has been able to get out of their jams, and Saguaro, unfortunately, hasn't been as successful.
Williams is going to fly out to left. That's going to be the second out of the inning. We'll get the center fielder, Jason Neiman.
Yeah, been a tough game for the second-year transfer from Shadow Mountain High School and Kason Williams.
You said he played quarterback, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a starting quarterback. I was able to cover him my sophomore year. He was a starting quarterback that year for the Matadors.
How'd he do out there?
Stats-wise, nothing really popped out at you, but he still led that team to a 5-5 year, and it was actually a really good year for their football program.
Sounds like he's a pretty good player. I mean, we've seen him athletically out here today, make some big plays. So Neiman's down in the count 0-1. We'll take a high pitch. Did he check? Oh, no, he did check, so it'll be 1-1.
Yeah, Williams may be having a tough day today, but before the game, head coach Joe Mickey of this Saguaro squad said, hey, we're lucky to have Williams as a SaberCat.
You can see why. The athleticism over at 30, he's made some good plays. Had a tough bounce on one of the plays in the second inning, but other than that, he's been great. As Neiman fouls it straight back over the Saguaro dugout.
That was a spitting image of a foul ball that nearly came me and our cameraman's way before the game. Almost got us on the head, but we both came out unscathed.
That's why you always bring a glove out there with you, huh? Low pitch called, another strike, and it'll get Leroy out of the inning. Saguaro had an opportunity with man on second, couldn't get anything across. Still 4-0 Mesquite. Will be right back.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball. We go to the top of the fifth. New pitcher for the SaberCats, Carter Bond. As he'll lead off against Cash Rogers. Diego, what do you got on him?
Well, to start off, he's got a 4.38 ERA. He has pretty good control of the ball, 7 strikeouts compared to 5 bases on balls. He's allowed 5 earned runs and 8 innings of relief on the season total.
Strong middle relief pitcher coming in for the SaberCats, trying to take over. And hits a right field for Sinner, and he's got it. 1 down. Overall, Keck, not a bad start. Got into some jams. I would say some of the jams he got into, Saguaro's fortunate it's only a 4-run deficit right now.
Oh, yeah, I mean, once again, you got to go back to some of the fielding. I mean, obviously, you look at the shortstop, Bratspis, who's made some incredible plays, including one that would have probably made this game 5-0.
Leroy off the end of his bat, out to Bond. He'll throw to Williams, or to Miller at first for the out. We're back up the middle. 2 quick outs, and this is huge right now.
Oh, yeah, this is something we haven't seen all game. I mean, Saguaro, once again, was able to get the first out of this inning, and they were finally able to get two outs in a row.
We'll get second baseman Jensen Jones talking to his third base coach. He's walked, scored a run, and grounded out. 0 for 1 on the day. Inside for a strike, 0-1. Getting ahead of these hitters right now.
Yeah, Carter Bond so far has just been able to coast through. He just coasted through 2 of the best batters in this Mesquite lineup.
Now he's got the third batter up down 0-2. Huge half of this inning if it keeps going the way it's looking. 0-2 from Carter Bond. Low.
Not quite.
Gomez tried to frame it a little bit, bring it back up, but did not get a favorable call from the ump behind the plate. Sets, fires, fouled again towards the Saguaro dugout. We'll go for another one. Bond looking to come in and give his team some confidence going into the bottom half. Hit right up the middle to Neiman. That's a hard hit ball from Jensen Jones. We will get a Mesquite base runner here. Center fielder Gunnar Gift come in. He's got on an error. Scored a run.
And that was Jones's first hit of the game after drawing a walk earlier.
We got some speed over at first base now. Something to look out for as Gomez sets up on one knee. Looks over to first. Gets away from Miller. Jones will take second easily as it gets into the outfield towards center. Gift, one of the speediest guys on the team, manning the center field position. Already got a stolen base of his own. Foul over to the Saguaro dugout. Over almost to the tennis courts. Gift sets in for the 0-2. High, 1-2. Gift trying to work himself back into this count right now. Bond fires. Grounder. Handled over to Miller. 3 outs. First scoreless inning since the first for the Mesquite Wildcats. It's still 4-0. We'll go to the bottom half of the fifth. We'll be right back here on Varsity Sports.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Bottom of the fifth inning. Vinny Keck will lead us off. He may be out of the game pitching, but we're still going to see his bat.
Keck flew out his first time.
High, 1-0.
And what a last inning of pitching from Bond.
Yeah, giving his team a chance to come back. We haven't seen much of anything out of this Saguaro offense today.
Yeah, I mean we've seen a couple of good at bats that have resulted in bases on balls, but we haven't seen that thing that has really gotten this team fired up yet.
Hard hit to third, easy throw over. First out of the inning. And Diego, we brought it up a couple times. I called the game against Flagstaff. It's feeling a lot like this game for Saguaro right now. They're making some contact, but they're striking out a lot. They're getting under some balls. There hasn't been a lot of hard hit contact. It's just been a rough day for the Saguaro offense to this point.
But you got to give a lot of credit to the pitchers in those games.
Credit to Leroy and Iniguez, your cousin.
Yep.
Outside, 1-0. What a game he had earlier in the season. Went out into the eighth, just couldn't finish the job, but he had a great game.
Yeah. Wish I could have been here to see it.
Foul ball again, 1-1. So we've got the left fielder, Henry Jacoby. He got hit by a pitch last time. Just the second time through this Saguaro lineup.
You read my mind on what I was about to say.
Yeah. We've already been through the Mesquite lineup 2 times.
Multiple times.
Yeah. It'll be 2-1.
By the top of the 4th inning, they had already been through their lineup twice.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to get through their lineup again here in the top of the 6th. So it's going to be tough because we're getting back to that top of the order that
And
gets so
another
much.
hit by pitch.
2 hit by pitches for Jacoby. And, well, if anybody's being the sacrifice today, it's him.
Kind of reminds me of that St. Louis Cardinals base runner who was just hit over and over again in
Well,
that one game against the Cubs.
I don't know if you've ever seen Major League, Roger Dorn.
I haven't seen Major League yet.
You need to. Well, it was that was in the second movie. It wasn't as good, but anyway, he wasn't on the roster anymore, and they're like, "Oh, you got to take one for the team, Dorn. Take a hit." So, 2 hit by pitches in a game isn't exactly the way Jacoby wants to get on base.
But you know what?
You'll
Today-
take it. You're not getting much on the board right now. It's what you got to do. You got to take what you're given. And we'll see if Kingston Center can give the Saguaro fans something to cheer about with 1 out.
Getting Center on base would be very, very important. He's the top stolen bases leader for the Saguaro squad this year with 5.
Fly out to right field. Looks like it's gonna be another first pitch out. Be handled. 2 away.
That's the story of the game, whether it's a pop out, fly out, strikeout. Cooper Leroy's just finding a way to get the outs from Mesquite.
And I think, at least from what I've seen, I think the big problem is for Saguaro, they're not working the counts. They're very aggressive on these first pitch of the at-bats, and they're not giving themselves a chance to see Leroy's control. He has some control issues, so they're not giving themselves a chance to see that. They're being very aggressive, and now when you're down 4-0, they don't really have a choice but to be aggressive. That pitch will be low in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, and I mean, that's making Leroy all the more confident. I mean, the first 3 leadoff hitters for this Saguaro squad have all struck out later on in this game.
That'll be hit out to center field. That's a good hit for Busseri. And this is big right now, Diego. You're going to get Bratspis back up with 2 on. There are 2 outs, but if anyone could be able to get a big hit, it would be Bratspis right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I had mentioned at the top of this broadcast, he is the only Saguaro hitter who has recorded a home run this year. And man, would it be good for this team if he could get his second right now.
And back to, if you're Rogers now, you've got a big problem on your hands if you let Bratspis get on, because you've got Gomez waiting on deck. High, 1-0.
On the fielding side, Bratspis has done an excellent job. Can he get it going for the baddie?
Rogers sees what he likes. Fires high. Almost picked off at second, but it'll bounce up.
Way to cover, boy.
Heads up play by Rogers to keep center honest at second.
For a second, I thought this inning was over, but it was just able to get away. Fortunately for Saguaro.
Now you look like you're kind of in the driver's seat a little bit if you keep patient. 2-0 count. Rogers behind. No, Leroy behind. There's a good strike from Leroy. 2-1. Waiting for the sign. Gets it. Looks back. Big lead again for Center. In the dirt. Almost gets away from Rogers. It'll be 3-1.
Way to be, buddy. You got it, Coop. Come on now. 2 outs.
3-1. Hitters count for the Saguaro shortstop. Fouled away. Looks like it got off his ankle there. 3-2. Runners will be going on this pitch.
Mesquite's been able to get out of their jams all game long.
Hey, Coop, right here, buddy.
Let's see if Saguaro can change that tune.
You got it, Cash. Control it.
Big pitch of the game right now. 3-2, 2 outs, down 4-0, Bratspis. Leroy awaits his sign. He's ready. Fires in. Pitch hit out to right field. It's hit well. It'll get down in the gap. Center scores. Here comes Museri. He'll score. It's a 2 RBI double for Xander Bratspis. And Saguaro's right back in it. It's 4-2.
And let me tell you, Bratspis, man, he is right now. He is single-handedly keeping this Saguaro squad in this game and cut the lead in half.
Whole new game right now, being 4-2. And now you've got your big power hitter up now in Alain Gomez. Gomez wanting to be aggressive, swings out of his shoes on a pitch in the dirt. It's 0-1.
Meanwhile, Gomez looking to recover. He struck out. But he did reach second on an error.
Gomez not going to be able to get through the hole. Shortstop throws to first, bounces away. That's going to bring home Bratspitz. It's 4-3 with Gomez getting to second. It is a 1-run game.
It started with Henry Jacoby getting hit by a pitch twice, and now that's the second time that Gomez has reached base as a result of a throwing error.
And we had this conversation, Diego. Well, that's a throwing error. This offense for Saguaro really turns it up late in games. We're talking about opposite teams here. Early in the game versus late game. And now you've got your first baseman, Miller, up to potentially tie the game when it was looking so bleak at 4-0 with 2 outs.
Oh, yeah, Saguaro has had, man, they have had a fierce second life in this game.
When it just felt like you were on life support. High in the zone, 1-0. And that's how baseball feels sometimes. Sometimes it just takes one good thing to happen to you, and the rest of your team breaks out and has a big run. Leroy gets the call, 1-1. Leroy, now you look at him now, it's big confidence booster for him to get out of this with his team still having the lead. Behind. And that'll get Abino to third. Forgot to mention that Gomez did get pinch run for Abino again, second time today. And now Miller's got a runner on third, 2-1. Biggest at bat of the game. Leroy pitches through the hole. That's going to tie the game. Abino scores 4-4. What an inning for the SaberCats.
What an inning for the SaberCats, and man, what a turn of events. If you're this Mesquite squad who may have thought you had found a rhythm in
what a
being
nice
up
piece
4-0.
sorry to interrupt you. What a nice piece of hitting by Miller too. He found the exact right hole, the shortstop, got it through the hole, and gets an important run home for his team.
And all these runs with 2 outs in this inning.
Keep in mind too, you had a great half of the inning pitch from Carter Bond in the top half, who's probably going to be coming back in for another inning of work. And all of a sudden, Saguaro seems to have the advantage. They'll be outside 2-0. This inning isn't over either.
Oh no, it's still very. I mean, there's maybe 2 outs, but let me tell you, what a turn of events for Cooper Leroy.
2-1. Gets the call low again.
Leroy had been coasting through Saguaro's hitters in the first through the fourth innings. This fifth inning a little different.
Outside, inside, 3-1, and it'll get Miller to second. And you almost feel like Diego, I know there's 2 outs, and maybe you're confident in him getting the third out, but you almost feel like a mound visit might be in order of giving up 4 runs like this and tying the game.
Yeah, pitchers are starting to get away from Leroy. That last one put a runner in scoring position for the SaberCats.
Yeah.
And a walk right there.
Smart job by Williams to take the walk. He was taking all the way there, and it worked out for him. And now it's Chasen Neiman, the speedy center fielder. One of the lower averages on the team, below 200, but he is a good contact hitter, and if he gets on, it can also be dangerous. Big spot for him.
But as we just saw from Kyle Miller, who going into this game was just batting 194, who hit the RBI single to tie it. The Saguaro bunch.
Baseball is an infectious sport. One guy gets a hit, it feels like everybody in the lineup can get a hit after that at points. So it's really incredible to watch, and that's what we're seeing in this bottom half of the fifth. Low in the dirt. Rogers can't find the zone again. Rogers sets, checks the runners. Outside. 2-0. Another hitter's count for Saguaro.
You got to wonder right now what's going through Mesquite coach Jeff Holland's mind as he watches this unfold.
Hit out to center, left center.
That's going to get
He's
down.
in the gap. Neiman a big hit. That'll bring home Miller. And that'll bring home Williams. It is 6-4, a 6-run, 2-out rally for the SaberCats. Chasen Neiman gets 2 RBIs of his own.
Oh my goodness, the sub-200 hitters for Saguaro in this inning.
And that Saguaro dugout, man, the energy that is going through those guys right now, as that's going to be all for Cooper Leroy today. What an effort from him today.
Oh, yeah, he had an excellent first 4 innings to start this game. Unfortunately for him, just wasn't able to get the final out of this inning.
And it looks like Coach Holland is going with a different pitcher now. It's going to be the tall right-hander, Cruz Lance. The junior, 6'5", 155. He'll get a chance to warm up. And he's going to try and stop this rally. Diego, you got anything on him?
Lance has a 3.71 ERA, pitched more than 11 innings so far this year. Has 10 strikeouts and 6 base on balls to boot. He's got a pretty good command. And right now he's going to need it in order to stop the hemorrhaging.
And you're going to have a man on second. And what a hit from Jason Neiman. Said struggling. A lot of hitters in this inning have been struggling hitters. And Saguaro's almost batted around at this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before, Mesquite's batters were the ones filling up the stat sheets. And now all of a sudden, this Saguaro team that was basically dead through 4 innings has come back.
And they feel like they're right in the driver's seat. All with 2 outs, too. That's been the biggest thing.
And it hasn't been just one player. I mean, for the longest time, Bratspis of Saguaro was the one who was bringing the Cats back, and now everybody else has been joining in.
We were also talking about, Diego, at the beginning of this inning that Saguaro's approach needed to change. I don't know if they have the broadcast going on in the dugout, but they started taking pitches, and it really worked out for them. They really got to Leroy that way. The strike will be taken. It'll be Vinny Keck, who started out this game for us. Oh, 0-2. Ump has been calling that ball low all day.
The bottom half of this inning feels like it started a long time ago.
Yeah. This whole inning feels like a different game. Because it really is. And it'll be grounded out, short, and he can't handle it again. Keeps him honest at first and third. And it has been a little bit of a rough game out there for Bentley Sandal, especially in the bottom half of this 5th. Kept the inning going when it was tied at 4-4 to get Gomez on, set up the Neiman double. We'll get left fielder Henry Jacoby up.
Will we get a third hit by pitch is the question.
Will we get the hat trick? I hope not for his sake, but we almost did. Pitch just very inside. It's 0-1. I got to give it to Jacoby. He doesn't look scared in the box at all. In the dirt, behind, and that's going to bring home another run. Neiman scores over to third, a little aggressive. Safe at third, 7-4 on a wild pitch that got by Rogers.
And that is now 7 runs scored by Saguaro after being down to their last out in this inning.
What a crazy turn of events as we're going through the lineup another time. I believe it might have been Jacoby that started this inning too with the hit. He certainly started the rally.
Oh yeah, that's what started the rally, getting hit by the pitch.
Sometimes that's why you
Taking one for the
gotta
team.
take one for the team. 1-2 to the left fielder. He'll put this one in play up the middle, and it gets by Sandal, 8-4. Keck will come home. 8 runs with 2 outs. Taking advantage of the other team's misfortunes. We're going to get a pinch hitter. It's the freshman Bentley Elrod, who Diego is also on Saguaro basketball that we covered.
Oh yeah, he was
Very nice player.
Oh yeah, he was excellent for Saguaro's basketball squad this year. Got them back to the playoffs after a rough year last year, and now this spring he is on the baseball team.
And impressive as just a freshman too. He'll multi-sport athlete.
Plays third base, first base. He's also a right-handed pitcher.
And you know, you played sports in high school, this dugout's going to go crazy if their freshmen can get another run in.
This is his 6th at-bat of the year.
He gets one lifted out to center field. Gift is under it. He ends the inning, but not after eight unanswered runs from the SaberCats. We'll go to the top of the 6th, see if Mesquite can answer. We'll be back on Varsity Sports.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Saguaro Baseball here on Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Top of the 6th inning, we just went through a wild bottom of the 5th. 8 runs with 2 outs. And now Mesquite's going to have to really answer the horn here as we'll get the third baseman, Jacob Hogan, up to try and do something.
And Mesquite's offense is really, really strong to begin as well as end games. And they're going to need one heck of an effort to get back in this one.
And they do average 9 runs a game, and that's what they need right now. Just need a little rally. And for this offense, it's definitely possible. 0-2. Man, how impressive has Carter Bond been since he came in?
Oh, from the very first batter he faced, getting the first 2 outs of that last 5th inning, got into a little bit of a jam, but was able to get out of it.
Wow, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and rough at bat there for Hogan. 1 gone here in the Mesquite 6th. And now we're going to get our first at bat from the relief pitcher that came in, Cruz Lance. Has not gotten a hit on the season. He's 0 for 2. In the dirt, 0-1. 4 straight strikes to start the inning. Checked. Did he go? I'm going to say he did, 0-2. To the junior. Down the line, foul. We'll do it again.
This is Cruz Lance's 7th game that he has played this year. And man, could he use his first hit right now.
High, 1-2. Sets up for the 1-2 with 1 out. Bond looks in. Grounder to Bratspis. He picks it up. He's got it. High.
Got him, though.
Got him. Nice play over there by Miller. 2 gone. We'll go back to the top of the order with... Oh, no, we'll actually go to Jacob Martinez. Just grabbing the bat there was the DH Forney. He'll be on deck. Time called by the home plate umpire. So we'll get a meeting. Is this, you think, call about the call at first base?
Yep,
Yeah,
and they
confirming
confirmed
the
it.
out call. So the nice play by Miller stands. 2 outs.
Yeah, just entering the final innings, they wanted to be sure. We saw exactly the same thing throughout March Madness this weekend.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason. There's definitely a reason when you watch those games why it's called March Madness. Grounder foul. That buzzer beater by Maryland was certainly the one who could. I know there's a lot of uncertainty about a travel call in that game.
Yeah, he probably did get away with the travel.
Well, in the NBA, it
But-
never would have been called. So.
Oh, yeah. they don't call anything.
Call out to right, fly out to right field. It'll be coming by center. He's got it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Saguaro's high-scoring offense from the 5th will get another chance. We'll be back on Varsity Sports.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back to Varsity Sports. I'm James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Back up to the Saguaro top of the order with Luis Busseri. 8-4 lead after 8 runs in the 5th inning. So he'll take a strike on the outside corner from Lance, who's still in the game.
Busseri had a single in that last inning. It was one of the first runs.
Low. 1-1. Lance looks in. Low in the zone. 2-1. Lance sets, fires. Outside, 3-1, ahead in the count. High, walk for Busseri. And that'll bring up one of the heroes of last inning, Xander Bratzbis, who had the game-tying double. And Diego, if you would have told me at the beginning of that 5th inning that Saguaro has a chance to get, I mean, it's not even a save opportunity. They're up 4 runs, up 8-4. I would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but sometimes crazy.
Total flip
Crazy
of the
things.
coin. Outside, low in the corner, 1-1.
And Bratzbis actually was the one who got the hit that scored the first 2 runs of that last inning with that double.
Mm-hmm. Fouled. It's going to come right back to us. Not a heater, though, so we're okay. Oh, 0-2 to Bratzbis. Been so clutch today. Low and away, 1-2. The 1-2.
Got him.
Oh, called strike 3 on a pitch that looked pretty low.
Looked pretty low. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a ball for a second, but
Hey,
another
I
last
gotta
second call.
I gotta give the ump some props. The last few he has been consistent with the low pitch call, more than he was earlier in the game. We'll bring up Gomez. Lance gets a big strikeout.
One of the reasons why that last inning was able to go on for so long is Mesquite committed an error that resulted in Gomez going to second base.
And that really, the game was only tied at that point. You get the out there, this is a totally different game right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just talk about how much baseball can really bite you sometimes, not be favorable.
I mean, the fielding errors were a big problem for Saguaro earlier in the game, but it's reared its ugly head now on a Mesquite squad.
1-1 to Gomez. Definitely, he's reached on an error, but he has the opportunity. We know he has the potential to do damage. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Hasn't been able to make a lot of contact. He's been swinging through a lot of pitches today.
I mean, heck, even the best high school baseball players don't have great days.
Grounder to short, gets through the hole. First and third, Gomez gets a single. That'll bring up Miller. Well, I was going to say, Diego, it's crazy that this is a sport. A lot of times, I'm a huge baseball fan. It's crazy that this is a sport where you can fail 7 out of 10 times and still be considered one of the great players.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the craziest things about baseball, and it's why I love baseball.
Yeah, I mean, shooting 30% from the field in basketball, you're not a great
You're
player.
toast.
But if you bat 300 in baseball,
Yeah,
you know
you're
what?
considered one of the best in the game.
And you know, it's a difficult sport, so you gotta give baseball players their props.
Well, the great Deion Sanders, you have a decisive opinions. That's out to right field. It's going to be handled in. Sack fly. That'll bring home Busseri. It's 9-4. I was going to say Deion Sanders gave us a decisive opinion on that, who played both sports. He told us that baseball was way harder. So I don't know if you want to listen to him, but one of the greats in the NFL, greatest cornerbacks of all time, coaching at Colorado. As Saguaro takes a 9-4 lead. just golfed at. It's going to be behind us over towards the softball fields. A 1 count.
Kason Williams back up.
See if another 2-out rally can occur from the third baseman. Golfed at top of the zone. Lance has to recover. He gets it. Throws to first. End of the inning. Saguaro gets another run to ensure their lead. 9-4. We'll go to the top of the seventh. Last chance for the Wildcats on Varsity Sports.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Back here on Varsity Sports in the top of the seventh, James Copeland alongside Diego Iniguez. 9-4 Saguaro lead. Diego, you're up. We got a new Saguaro pitcher, Jake Babcock.
Yeah, I mean, this is his first opportunity to get his first save of the year. Has pitched just close to 5 innings in relief so far this year.
Doesn't get the call on that pitch, 1-0.
And he's only recorded 2 strikeouts as well as 2 bases on balls this year. So he's still an up.
Very small sample size, popped out. And it's going to be caught by Jacoby in left field. 1 down here in the seventh.
Babcock, a senior.
Bentley Sandel, the shortstop for Mesquite. Had a couple misfortunes today. He's done pretty good at the plate. Recording a walk and a single. Babcock fires. In there, strike 1. On the zone, 1-1. Very small sample size for Babcock, but seen some good things out of him so far in the seventh. Fires. Low in the zone, doesn't get the call. 2-1.
Small sample size, but he's 2 outs away.
Outside, 3-1. 2 outs away from a 9-4. What a game! What a season-changing win this could be for Saguaro too. I mean, they're 7-5, but this is a big win if they can pull it off. As a walk there by Sandel, he'll get on base.
It's not done yet though. Still got to get through the
Cash
best
Rogers.
hitters on one of the best teams in the state.
You said it, Cash Rogers. You've got Rogers, Leroy, and Jones. 3 batters up next who are very dangerous. do have a double play opportunity now, as that's a strike.
But it also does kind of ease your nerves a little bit when you're up 5 runs.
Absolutely. Not as much pressure as a throw over to first. Miller handles it. Not able to get a tag down on Sandal. Myers low in the zone. Sandal easily takes second. Tough for Gomez to handle there.
Yeah, but I think we just saw the pressure because Sandal is one of the best stolen base leaders on this Mesquite squad. I think we just saw that play out. The pressure of it for the Saguaro squad.
And if you're Babcock, like you said earlier, Diego, you do have to be careful. You're up 5, but you don't want to toy around with these hitters.
No, absolutely not.
Two and one. Hitters count for Rogers. Gets the call, 2-2. Nice pitch from Babcock. Babcock delivers. Gonna be, almost had the sliding catch from Jacoby. That's a tough one. First and second, 1 out. Big opportunity for the pitcher, Cooper Leroy, who, he probably doesn't agree with us if we said he had a great start due to that 5th inning, but I think he was very superb in his start despite that 8-run 6th or 8-run 5th.
Oh yeah, through the first 4 2/3, he was getting outs left and right.
Out to third, Williams can't handle it. It's going to load the bases. That could have been a double play to end the game, and that's his 2nd error so far. And
it's not over yet.
You can see it on his face. He is very upset with himself right now. 9-4, bases are loaded. We're going to have the second baseman, Jensen Jones.
And he singled his last time up.
1 out still. Babcock inside, strike 1.
Saguaro was able to get that first out of the inning, but like several of the other innings so far, they're in another serious jam.
Nice pitch from Babcock inside the zone again, strike 2. 0-2 to the Mesquite second baseman. Low in the zone, 1-2. Center fielder Gunnar Gift waits on deck. Speedy outfielder. Popped him up. It's going to be out of play right behind us.
Just about 10 feet to the right of the Mesquite section.
Fans didn't need to head a heads-up call there.
Nope.
1-2, 1 out. Jensen Jones dribbles it to third. Williams is going to have to make a play. That's fair. It's going to score 2. And get a runner to third. Wow, dive for the tag. And he's going to be safe on a little dribbler to third.
Looks like we're going to
get a meeting on an outer safe call. And we're in the midst of another crazy game right now.
Yeah, it feels like we've been watching a few different games within this same game. I mean, the first 4 innings were all Mesquite. The 5th and 6th belonged to Saguaro.
It's a chess match right now.
Let's see.
These umpires, we don't have review at this level, so it's all talk from here. They're doing old school. And either way, there is going to be an uproar from either crowd, no matter the call.
We've had one previous review in this game.
A
Wasn't as long.
little bit of a short one. Oh, foul ball. Foul ball call. And manager Jeff Holland is out to argue. A shocker.
So what was a 2-run scoring play?
And Holland is heated at no foul call early.
I mean, I thought Williams touched it before it went.
That's what I thought too, and Holland is heated. And not surrendering here is the Mesquite manager. He'll make his walk back over to his dugout. Not happy.
Neither are most of the Mesquite fans who made their way out to see this game.
All the Mesquite, we can hear all the Mesquite fans right next to us. Not a happy crowd right now. 1-2, 1 out. We'll do it again. Fouled back into almost to the tennis courts over there. And, you know, that's a real game-changing call.
Oh, because if that result had stood, I mean,
It's
Mesquite-
9-6 with 1 out.
Yeah, 9-6 with 1 out. Runners on first and third.
He's going to hit it out to center. It's going to be Neiman. He's going to catch it. We're going to get a 9-5 game. Coming in to score is Sandal.
Little consolation, though.
It's a bittersweet sack fly.
Yeah.
Gunnar Gift, the last hope for Mesquite. He's got a man on first and second. Low in the zone, 1-0.
And you could almost feel the momentum going from Saguaro to Mesquite, and then just being
completely drained from them.
Drained from
after
Mesquite
that foul
after that
call.
Just a hit, Gunnar, just a hit. All we need is a base hit.
Something to keep the rally alive.
There you go.
2-1. Even a walk for Gift would be immensely huge as the tying run is on deck. And that's going to be Jacob Hogan. Hit out, and that's going to be a gapper. 1 run will score. Coming around third, it's going to be a triple for Gift. And just like that, it's a 9-7 ball game with the tying run in Jacob Hogan coming up to the plate.
And even though he's towards the bottom of the order, you cannot underestimate any of these Mesquite hitters, especially Gunnar Gift. 381 on the year, and just added 2 more RBIs.
What a clutch hit from Gift.
Yeah, that's right. My grandson. Make sure you spell it.
1-0.
Where's my ice lady? I thought you left. I gotta have one more.
Fouled back into Gomez. 1-1. I mean, what an effort from both teams in this game. I mean, this has been a wild affair. 9-7. We started the 5th inning. We started the 5th inning at 4-0, and in the span of 2 or 3 innings, that's going to be foul. The Mesquite fans behind us love the foul ball call.
I think everybody could agree that that's a foul
Yeah.
ball.
That one got us.
But it's 1-2 now.
1-2, big spot. 2 strikes. It's going to be popped out. Right field. Center. He's got it.
Wow, what a game.
What a game, and that's going to be a win for Saguaro. Going to be their 8th win on the season. Diego, that was one of the more wild baseball games in high school I've ever seen. 8-run 5th. That's a huge game-changing season here for Joe Monkey and his squad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the question going into this game, would Saguaro be able to, would they be able to contain Mesquite's batting, and would they be able to get it going with their run support? And while they may have allowed 7 runs, man, what a 5th inning by this Saguaro squad.
9-7, your final score here from Saguaro High School in Arizona. For Diego Iniguez and our entire crew, I'm James Copeland. We want to thank you for joining us. Have a great night, everyone.